Here we go. No, and of course Aloy is shivering already. Ugh.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's cold out here.
Oh, there's the teal again.
Oh, the color of the snow and whatnot?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They did a good job with it.
It's very pleasant.
Wonder you need to start using the rope caster. I am really, really bad at using the rope caster.
The rope caster?
Yeah.
What's that?
It effectively, like, ties down,
Enemies?
Yeah.
Like you can...
Yeah, it's good against the really
tether
mobile
them to
ones.
the ground.
And, yeah, I absolutely should.
Whoa. That's a lot of critters. What are they? Bulls?
I
They look like bison or something.
have never fought one of these. Well, time to fight them all.
Good hit.
Yeah, they look like bison. A little slow and lumbering, though. Whoa, watch out. It looked like it was preparing something. They're flimsy, aren't they?
Yeah. No, these are tramplers. It looks like they have fire.
Yeah, they do leave trails behind them.
They have, like, fire guts.
Do they
Hello.
intentionally leak oil on the ground and ignite it so that they can damage enemies?
More or less, yeah. But yeah, they're significantly less dangerous than some of the other things that I've fought so far. Comparatively, anyway. Well,
Oh no, your ram!
it's okay. I think my ram might be, it might be hostile after this, I don't know.
Whoa, explosions. That it?
That all of them? I think so, yeah.
I think your ram's okay.
Oh, ram's fine. Thing is, I can keep resummoning more rams as much as I want, so it's kind of like...
Oh, that one has a purple item.
Yeah, rare loot or something else. Yeah, corruption coil. Yeah, I don't think I've ever fought
What are
those
the
guys
elements?
before.
Corruption?
Corruption, shock, freeze, and fire.
Hmm.
I don't think there's anything else in that.
I like how you can see the semblance of cylinders and antenna and
Oh yeah,
other
they did a
mechanical
fantastic
components.
job. Oh no, we're actually still missing two critters.
What do their silhouettes look like?
I don't know.
It's just like, what's that Pokemon?
Yeah, pretty
Dun,
much.
dun, dun,
No, I'm
dun,
actually
dun,
missing
dun.
a decent number of things. I don't know. I bet I could actually look it up on the map. Because if you notice, there's silhouettes of kind of every creature. Oh, I was supposed to be going back up there. I was wondering why it was so far away. Yeah, so I think a number of the creatures that I haven't fought yet are actually back in the mainland.
Probably.
Surprising, because I honestly thought I
That's
fought them all.
interesting. So do they show every area or region with a monster in it? Is that
Yeah.
why all the little...
Yeah, where to find them. Mechanical beasts and where to fight them.
where to fight them.
I don't think... Oh, no, that's a Banuk figure. I don't know. I mean, it's not that big of a deal.
Well, there's some question marks next to those guys right there. See?
Oh, those are Banuk figures.
Oh.
I wonder, out of curiosity, AT2020 or 2020 USB? Just the AT2020s. We have it going through a Steinberg mixer. Because there's two of us. We tried doing dual USB once upon a time with two different blue mics. It didn't go great.
Well, wasn't the Yeti so powerful that it would pick up the other person's mic anyway?
Yeah, there was that, but also they were slightly desynced from each other. If you want to know what it sounded like, go watch our the end of our Fly-In series.
Fly-In?
Yeah, that was a fantastic game, but the technical problems that we dealt with.
That was one of the first series that we had done.
You're going down.
Along the lines of what, Amalur and
Yeah, we did it, I think,
Jedi
about the
Jedi
same
Academy.
time as Amalur. A little bit after, maybe? It was just as we were transitioning away from the Snowball into the Yeti. And back before I knew to check my recordings first, so we did, the first, like, episode or two with a laptop mic, which sounded awful.
Mm-hmm.
The sand near Sunfall.
If Ikrie's not coming back,
She'll be back. She never falters.
but if she has, then I'm the one who can throw a spear the farthest.
And I'm the one who can climb ice the fastest.
You have passed one test. The next test is of silence.
Here's to better days than this one.
A Werek chieftain from the Nora. Strange omens. What do you make of it, Shaman?
My thoughts on this are clouded. I must take in the smoke of burnt wires to clear them.
We are of the White Teeth, come down from the jawbone of Banuk to test those who would run with us.
The test? In those hunting grounds?
No, it is an ordeal. Survive upon the glacier and the knife trail, as our ancestors did. It's been a harsh season. 2 have yet to return. We shall wait. Then we shall bless their attempt. Then we shall leave.
What does this ordeal involve?
To scale the glacier's face and endure 4 days and 4 nights, sustained only from the frozen ground and the machines. Our shaman has blessed the ordeal and permitted their harvest.
Metal to fashion weapons. The rest is forbidden.
What about the 2 who haven't returned?
It was their ordeal to face alone, their life or death. Those who return know the White Teeth run alongside them. Those who do not know the White Teeth marked their attempt.
How generous. So who are the White Teeth?
Warriors. The first and the best. All young hunters hungry for the fight seek to run with us. Now the machines are angered. There was always fighting. We are well served, eh, Shaman?
Every day lightning cracks in the smoke of battle. Every night a new name to honor in song.
Aren't you even going to look for your missing hunters?
In time. As months pass, the meltwater often carries the bodies out.
Unbelievable. If there's a chance they're alive, then I'll look for them.
Even if they did still live, they will not accept your aid, Outlander. To us, survival is sacred.
Nothing else can be relied upon.
We'll see.
This is kind of a tribe of jerks.
Well, I never like this with these kind of cultures where there are all of these perilous tests that usually involve one risking their life to complete them. Also, who creates arbitrary time schemes like 4 days and 4 nights?
Survival is sacred.
You know what I mean?
So they leave people to die?
Yeah. Not quite in the same vein, but there's a merit badge when I was in the Scouts.
Oh, okay. Boy Scouts thing, okay.
Yeah, Wilderness Survival, I think it was. And it honestly kind of gave me the creeps, so I never took it.
What was it?
It
Survive
was-
1 day and 1 night alone in the woods?
Not quite the same. It was Wilderness Survival, but effectively you had, like, a tarp, a knife, and, like, 2 other things.
Survive.
And you
For
were
1 day and
supposed to
1
go
night.
out to, like, a remote section of the woods during summer camp. And more or less, not survive, but...
So this is as high as we go?
Unsupervised?
Okay.
I think it was supervised, but it wasn't, like... It wasn't great.
They shouldn't have kids doing that.
Yeah, it just kind of gave me the wigglies.
The Wigglies.
Wooglies? I don't know, whatever. It just... I wasn't really comfortable with the idea of it, so I never bothered. It just...
I didn't continue with Girl Scouts and whatnot because it was like cooking, crafts. I mean, yes, I like my crafts, but when it's making pottery for for plants and wind chimes and stuff. It's just like, come on.
Fare thee well, creatures. What if this thing goes off cliffs? Come on. There you go.
Now, if I could do things like
I think
archery,
venture...
target practice, and other things, that
Yeah.
would have been cool.
Personally, like, if I were to do it again, I'd probably look into, like, Venture Scouts or something. Something
What's
agnostic.
Venture Scouts?
It's the gender-neutral one that was kind of made from people that didn't like Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts for one reason or another.
Oh, yeah. No, I could see that
One
entirely.
of the hunters.
Really, the only thing I liked about Girl Scouts was the selling of cookies. I don't know.
And even then, the cookies are, like, ridiculously overpriced now.
Yeah, I suppose they are now. My favorite ones were they sort of have an oatmeal bran cracker part, but it was the peanut butter cookies. And so they were squished between the two oatmeal brands.
Come on, then.
And the funny thing was, they must have had some kind of preservative or... Oh.
An outlander, huh? Well, who else would join me on this path I've taken?
Which path would that be?
Away from tradition. Away from the Werak. It's not so... Damn. They need metal too. But my need is greater.
I was told the Banuk don't accept help. Is it true?
They don't. I do.
I kind of... Let's see. Okay, they're not going to say anything. I kind of wish this DLC was actually about, Aloy...
Making allies?
Yeah, kind of. Like, the entire point is...
Assembling her squad.
Yeah, kind of gathering her own Werak, to gain access to Thunder's drum.
Look sharp, Outlander! There's more of
Oh, yeah. But except then that would sort of be like Mass Effect 2, wouldn't it?
Kind of, except for it's like,
Assemble your team and bring them to
you know,
the,
if Aratak had
final
been like,
dungeon.
you know, I won't let you in alone.
You know, find warriors to stand by you
Yeah.
kind of thing.
And so, like, the
Create
entire
your own
point of it
Werak.
would be...
That'd be weird, but...
But, like, they've already said Weraks are, like, totally open for everyone.
Yeah, I suppose you can just have to prove yourself to join one.
Yeah, I mean, we are the chieftain
Yep.
of a whole Werak now with, like, almost no, preamble.
Experience living with the Banuk, yeah. Well, judging from the way this lady responded to it, and just the chieftain talking to the shaman and whatnot, it just seems like they're stuck in the old ways and they need to, yeah, essentially free themselves of these traditions that are harmful to their people. Like the whole situation with Toots, was that his name? Exile and such? Just these unfair and harsh judgments.
Yeah. It. I believe it was.
Now, she said she was breaking with tradition because she wants the medal.
Apparently.
They're like, oh, they can't take anything but metal for weapons. Right?
They need metal, but my need is greater.
Mm-hmm.
I think was her line.
Right. I mean, that was her line, but I was talking about what the shaman and the
Oh.
chieftain had said were their rules.
Think of summer sun. Breeze through the trees.
Where did she go?
She's around.
There she is.
I'm currently just grabbing...
Everything.
Yeah. Well, this is one of those games where they don't just hand you more resources. Well, they do. They hand you plenty. But, you know, if you don't loot everything, you slowly run out of everything you need.
An outlander. Chieftain of a Werak. It's stranger in the cut than I thought.
You're telling me.
You fight well. I'm Ikrie.
Thank you. I'm Aloy. I heard the White Teeth were missing 2 hunters. You look like you could leave if you wanted to, so...
I stayed because of the other. Mailen. She snapped her leg descending the ice. I've bided my time keeping vigil, but now she must return to the Werak before they leave.
Is joining the White Teeth so important to you?
It's one of the great Weraks of Banuk. Not so many great ones left now. I would go where Mailen went. I was her shadow on the snow, and she was mine. To be a runner with the White Teeth was everything to her.
You know this Mailen well.
Since our knees were always skinned. All my life. In a test to prove that we only need ourselves. That was my weakness.
Sounds like she was lucky for your weakness.
That's not the way she sees it.
What's this ordeal supposed to prove?
That we have the strength of our ancestors. That we can survive as they did. When they came in search of a homeland, some were trapped against this glacier by a snowstorm. 4 days, 4 nights. After the storm cleared, the survivors sighted a tall neck, which led them up into Banuk. Well, that's the story I learned anyway.
Mailen won't let you help her, will she? Because of the rules of this test.
You're quick as a rockfall.
No, just used to being told what's forbidden to me.
She won't allow it. Won't take the medicinal plants I found or the food, only what she can scrape up on hands and knees. I could get close when she was delirious, but now she's learned not to let me get close.
So let's get her back to the Werak.
All right. I've made a splint for her leg. Medicine for the pain, but I should warn you, she won't take them willingly. The law of survival...
Tribal law shouldn't keep us apart from the ones we care for.
Even if she cares more for the law.
That's an interesting one. Will they be able to convince her, or...
Dunno. I mean, if your leg's broken, that's not something that heals in, like, 4 days.
Nope.
Come. Up.
If it's not treated properly, she could be crippled for life.
Yup.
Also depends on what part of her leg cracked. If it was her shin, If
Well,
it's her femur, she would die.
Yeah, it was like snapped her leg. But yeah.
Well,
That's where we're going. The frozen flow from the Ice Father. It keeps many things, but it won't have her.
Not if we can help it.
for femurs, there's like a major nerve and artery running along it.
We're lucky.
So
Handholds have thawed.
a lot of people bleed out or go into shock if their femur is the one snapped. Also, it's like the thickest bone in our body.
There. She's passed out again.
Between us, we can fight the machines off before they reach her.
Another tradition broken.
Take it from me. It gets easier the more you do it.
Is that her?
Yeah, that's her right there.
How do I...
Oh, they found her. Well, I was going to use the I was going to try and use the opportunity to
to sneak, but that's not going to happen.
Too slow.
There we go. It is really easy to stun these things now. Holy crap.
Ow, scrappers! In thin air, they smell metal for miles.
Did she know that these creatures had honed in on her friend's location? It's awfully dangerous to leave her there.
Well, I mean, her friend wasn't moving.
Yeah, I know. All the critters are out. Now, it makes me wonder, if you actually defeat the whatever this daemon is that's creating the corruption, will you no longer encounter corrupted creatures?
No, they'll still be there.
Really?
That's how these games work. Oh shit! I hit the turkey as it was coming after me. How do you like the noises of my shield getting hit? Because it is going to be constant for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah, my heavy attack just stuns these guys.
Now. This won't be easy, Aloy.
I suppose there's more descending.
Yeah, Scorcher's coming in.
What are Scorchers?
The hyenas.
Oh, yes. That's a persistent sound effect.
Yeah, the...
It must be interesting being a sound designer for sci-fi and fantasy games, trying to figure out new creature calls and spell casting sound effects and whatnot. Whoa. That was quite a ringing.
Oh, I did get him. Yes.
I was about to say that you had snuffed him out a little bit, but then he just replenished his flame.
Let's see. I'm actually running low on ammo. Let's see. I don't think so.
Whoa.
Ow. There it goes.
Looks like it's clear. We did it.
I'm so glad that they made medicinal plants much easier to find in this game.
I wonder if, just like you were talking about with the potential for humans being genetically modified, if these medicinal herbs are very potent.
Yeah, I get the feeling the world was kind of built to be a little bit harsher.
I'm probably gonna close the doors just in case.
These are helpful.
Yep.
Bitter though.
It's the Transformers sound effect. Oh yeah, it totally is. Anything else? Nope. Well, let me see. No, it looks like we're maxed out on health. Oh, that makes life easier.
All right, gonna go.
Oh, she's awake.
Oh.
Oh no, she's not.
I can feel her fever even in this cold. She shouldn't have been putting weight on this leg.
She is awake. Miss Outlander. You border here, Ikrie? You think I went to the Nora homelands to find a spear to drive between us? I told you, the ordeal is mine, and mine alone. I will survive.
Which would you rather keep, Mailen? Your leg or your pride? Because I think you're gonna have to choose.
Finish it. I know what you think of me. But I vowed you'd join the White Teeth. And you will. I will go back. Alone. No! Let me do this. Please. Let her. Mailen, I hope you can forgive me someday. I never accepted your help. It's the Werak you should ask for forgiveness. I didn't care about the Werak.
She'll understand. You saved her life.
You don't know the Banuk very well, Aloy. We have so many ways to express a grudge, and only one to accept an apology. I have to go my own way. I don't belong with them, who left her to die. And I don't belong with
Ikrie.
I'll find a crack in this glacier, and I'll shout my grief into it. And the ice can keep it forever.
What should I tell them? The Warwick.
That I fell. And that she endured. Will you?
This game does tribal culture in a really fun and interesting way. Because it's not, you know, it's not basing it off of anything else. You know? Like it's...
I don't know, there's been a lot of peoples in sci-fi and fantasy where there's the warrior tribe that often sends their youth on these tests
I'm not
display their manhood,
tropey.
and if they get slain by the beast, then so be it.
I'm not saying it isn't tropey. Like, yeah, this has all been done before. I'm just saying it's done really well.
Mm-hmm.
Like the background of the
Breath is ice. Before I even breathe out.
the weird sci-fi stuff. This kill me. I want to get down into that little, like, glen area, but I don't think it's a smart idea to just fling myself down there.
Last couple quests have just seemed... I mean...
They're not exactly
Aloy,
flattering for the Banuk.
I mean, Aloy had already questioned them, what was it? Sending their warriors against the daemon and then refraining from doing so again when they were so close to potentially solving all their woes. But then there was also the exile without evidence or a trial and all of these tests.
So Aloy is the classic meddler that you get in these stories.
Well, you get that with, you know how every Star Trek episode of the original series, they go to a planet, there's something intrinsically wrong with their way of life or their government. Like that one planet, I forget what name it was, but of the episode perhaps. But it was that one where this people had thought that it was so wasteful for all their grand cities and infrastructure to be destroyed every time they would wage war against one another. So
Banuk said I'd find the claws beneath nearby.
So they're just like, oh, you know, maybe what we'll do is we'll have a virtual war where we'll designate spots where everyone should be wiped out, but we will preserve our infrastructure and our cities and everything will be grand. So people were willingly going into incineration machines because, oh, you just happen to be standing in this...
Oh boy.
What's going on? Oh. Whoa!
Just like Banuk said.
Is that a snow worm?
Yup.
Snow
it's a burrower.
worms. So, of course, Kirk madly just falls in love with a woman, as he does in most every episode, and she's one of the quote-unquote casualties. And he goes, how can you just throw your life away like this? And she's like, this is the way that it has been for hundreds of years. It is the way that we have been able to preserve our people. And it's like, what? No, you're sacrificing your people for it, and like they've removed themselves from the carnage of war. So he actually ends up destroying their mega machine that was helping them choreograph these battles. And he's like, he just gives a lofty speech saying that they were so willing to throw the lives of their people away because the fighting wasn't gruesome, it wasn't grisly, and they didn't see the destruction at hand. And they thought that they were fulfilling some kind of weird duty to maintain some kind of semblance of normalcy. But then he's like, no, if you are going to continue with these wars, you're going to have to experience it as you should. And maybe then you'll realize that it has to end for good. And it's just like, yes. I mean, don't you find that happens often? With there's always this outsider that changes the way of life for people.
Though I'm not really sure that Aloy changes the way of life for everyone.
Well, she's going to be the one that instigates at least her particular Werok tribe to fight against the thing that's threatening them all.
No, she's not even doing that. She's just...
Well, she gave the shaman the ability to stand up to her brother so that then they could go to the mountain. Because the shaman needed a champion. She wasn't willing to fight her own brother for it, and nor did she believe that she was capable of taking the reins from him. You know what I mean?
Okay, got it. I really wish this guy would actually destroy the environment as opposed to just kind of smoothly move through it. Okay. Are you out for good? Nope, he's not out for good.
I suppose...
Bow.
One movie that I can think of in which someone instigates change, but it's not the main character or the outsider that does so, is probably Mad Max Fury Road. In the previous Mad Max films, he had been the wanderer that would encounter a people and completely turn them upside down or instigate change. But in Fury Road, it was Furiosa taking the brides of...
Max himself, honestly, was barely a character in Fury Road.
Right. He did aid them, but it wasn't him alone that
was just a
instigated
warrior.
the change. Right.
He was just their part of their group.
Right. So it was really Furiosa, but she was an insider, even one of like
what the hell was that?
High repute and in a position of command.
What was that? I teleported inside the thing and died. Oh, she attacked it in melee and it glitched out as it was moving.